Today, I have boiled down my top five things that I wish I would have known before I became a real estate agent. Now, this is not to scare you into not becoming a real estate agent. I actually think it's a really great career. I've been super grateful and lucky to have the career I've had in real estate. I've been selling for a little over 6 years and now lead a team. It's been amazing. There's so many amazing things about real estate and so many great things that you can do in this industry, but you don't know what you don't know. So today I'm gonna boil down for you my top 5 things that I wish I had known before I got my real estate license back in 2016, a long time ago before I started selling on my own. Okay, let's start. Number 1. So the first and foremost, this is probably the funniest thing because this is the thing I talk to with almost anyone who's getting their license, which is basically that anything you study for in your licensing exam is really not that applicable to how you run your business as a real estate broker. You're learning a lot of the legal terms, the ways that the law works. You are not learning the real estate contracts. You are not learning how to run a business. You're not learning how to find a client. You're not learning how to market yourself. So a lot of that real estate licensing is literally just to learn the law. It is not giving you a whole lot of foundation for how to run a business, how to become a successful real estate agent. Don't get me wrong, we all need to know how the law works. We need to know ethics in real estate, which is another thing that it focuses on, but you are not getting what you need. It is just part of the process. So for those of you who don't know, to get your real estate license, specifically in Washington State, you have to do 90 hours of coursework followed by a test. That coursework that you have to take costs money. The test also costs money. So if you don't pass the test the first time, you have to pay for it again. So you do have to be prepared when you get into real estate. That licensing exam teaches you nothing about how you're actually going to get your business, market yourself, fill out those contracts. That is all learned after. That's a big reason why a lot of people join teams. I joined a team before. Now I lead the team where people can learn these things, but you can also typically learn it from your brokerage. Your brokerage should have training for you. As you're going through that licensing process, make sure you have a plan for who you want to learn from after you get that license, because that's super important as well. Number 2, now this is my favorite thing to hear new agents say, or people say who want to get into real estate, is they want to do it because the schedule is flexible. This could not be further from the truth. Your schedule is not flexible at all. When I got into real estate, I thought there was some flexibility. It's really not flexible. Your schedule is the schedule of your clients, because you're going to have to meet them to sell them the home. You're going to have to meet them to show them homes, and you're going to have to do it when they have time to do it. It's not when you have the time to do it. It is all about your client's schedule, when they can go see the property. A lot of the schedule is also driven by the market. So if you're in a very quick and competitive market like Seattle, for example, where I am, you're going to be driven to go see homes by how quickly they're going to sell. You have to go out the day they go on the market, for example, if it's a really fast market. Not just take a day off in real estate. Not if you want to be successful. Unfortunately, you don't have that flexibility. Now, as you grow, there could be a path to creating more flexibility for yourself, because you could hire people to help you. You could alternate days with a business partner, things like that. But at the beginning, you do not have any flexibility. It is a total myth that people tell themselves when they're getting into real estate that they're going to do it because they have flexibility. I do not believe this. I think anyone who tells you that they have flexibility as a realtor is either very senior and has done a great job of setting up their business and hiring people, or they don't do a lot of business. So of course they have flexibility because they don't have clients to show homes to or sell homes for. There is not a lot of flexibility in real estate. You are on your client's timeline first and foremost, and then you're on the timeline of the market, and then maybe you can check your calendar and see if it works for you. Even myself or agents on my team will be on vacation, and you have a client who wants to go do something or see something, and you have to be ready to help them. You know, you have to be ready to write the offer for them if that's the home of their dreams. There's not a whole lot of flexibility. The number 3 thing that I wish that I would have known in real estate, which I think a lot of people think about, is I'm gonna make a lot of money, but I'm also going to have to spend a lot of money. in real estate, you make a lot of money, but at the same time, you are paying so many things, especially if you're trying to grow your business, especially when you're working for sellers. When you work for a seller, you're paying for all of the marketing of their property. Sometimes you're paying for staging or part of staging. Sometimes you're paying the cleaning person to come into the seller's home. It really depends on your agreement with your seller, but it is hard to sell a home without spending money yourself. And then not to mention all of these things that realtors get targeted for. So you'll get targeted for new lead generation platforms. You'll get targeted to use a CRM. You'll get targeted to use an email hosting client. You'll get targeted to create a new website. If you spend money on all of those, you're going to be broke because they will take away all that money that you earned. So you have to be very careful. You do make great money, but at the same time, you are spending a ton of money to keep your business afloat. It is a lot of money. So you do have to be prepared for that. Number 4. Okay, this one came across my mind because I think a lot of people want to get into real estate because they think, oh wow, it's like so glamorous. It's gonna be so cool to look at houses. It's gonna be really fun to be out with my clients. Real estate is still sales. You still have to have skills to sell. You have to know how to talk to people. You have to know how to talk to your customer. You have to know how to talk to other real estate agents. You have to know how to sell. It is not something where you just get dressed up in a suit, you go show this beautiful house like they show on Selling Sunset. You still have to have these hard skills. You have to have the ability to talk to people. You have to have the ability to close people. You have to have the ability to negotiate. You have to be skilled at your trade. This is something that I think a lot of people overlook. I wish I would have known this even more and developed my skills even earlier in my career because it is so important. It is still sales. I would even argue that everything we do is sales. We are selling ourselves in all sorts of ways every day to different people who need our services or need our help or need our relationships. We are always selling, but in real estate specifically, do not forget that it's still sales. So my 5th and final thing that I really wish I would have known before getting into real estate, and this is something that I tell every single new agent that I talk to when they ask me how I became successful in real estate, I treated my real estate career as a job. If there was nothing for me to do, or if I felt like there was nothing for me to do, I was still in the office. I was still working 9 to 5. If I didn't have showings after 5, I was still working and giving myself structure to be doing something that would push the business forward. I think a lot of agents get into the business and they fail because they think if I'm not out on a showing or if I'm not listing a home, I don't have anything to do right now. So I will just take that as free time. That is not something you can do as a real estate agent. There's always something else to do, because if you don't do that, your business won't move forward. You won't have that next commission check because you're not working on getting that next set of business. There's always something you can be doing to get your next client, to get your next sale, and you have to treat it as a business to do that. So there were days when I didn't know what I was going to do when I got to the office, but I still went to the office. Whether I was working on my social media or working on a new marketing campaign or brainstorming ways to bring more value to my client, or even just talking to other senior brokers in my office, those were all valuable, and those were all things that I did to treat my real estate business as a true business. I was the president and CEO of that business, and I had to be there every day to make sure that that business was moving forward. So there you have it. Those are the 5 things that I wish I would have known before I got into real estate. So if you're getting into real estate, best of luck. It's a great industry. You're going to do awesome, but keep these 5 things in mind as you go forward in your career, and make sure that you're aware of how being a real estate agent, while it can be really awesome, can also take you in the opposite direction if you're not careful and if you don't treat it as something that's a priority in your life. Hopefully that helped you thinking about your real estate career. If you have other video topics you want to know about, please reach out or comment below. I hope you'll like and subscribe to my channel. I am bringing out a video every Wednesday. I hope that if you see something that you want more of, or if you want a different topic that I haven't covered yet, give me a comment and I will look forward to making that. And I can't wait to see you again next time. Thanks for tuning in.